I wouldn't put it past them. I would absolutely not put it past them. They're fully capable of being involved in this collusion. They have shown us their true colors over and over and over in the past. They have zero regards for the law. So Uber and Lyft face FTC probe. Again, FTC's coming down on them again over alleged collusion in New York City pay deal. Where else do you think they have colluded? Many times. They colluded in screwing over the California drivers on that proposition. The US Federal Trade Commission, FTC, has launched an investigation into whether Uber Technologies and Lyft illegally coordinated to limit driver pay in New York. The inquiry comes in response to an agreement the companies made with officials in July 2024 regarding driver compensation. My guess is down the line, we're going to hear of another settlement, meaning they basically worked together to screw drivers over. Think about that. And what about all the other states? New York was the first one and the only one so far that has come down on them over this. This has to have taken place in other states. So there should be more lawsuits following. It's really up to the attorney generals. Do they want to stay asleep? Do they want to actually do their job? Or do they have the corporations in their pockets? FTC issues information demands. So they're going to say, hey, listen, we want this and this and this. This is exactly what I did with Lyft. I made demands for the discovery. They've been blocking me. So now you start tightening the noose on these individuals. Per Bloomberg, the FTC sent civil demands comparable to subpoenas, right, to both Uber and Lyft in the closing days of the Biden administration. These demands require the companies to submit information within 30 days about the specifics. Oh, this is possibly why Dara Khosrowshahi just not too long ago personally paid $1 million out of his money and then paid another $1 million from Uber, because this is serious crime here. Maybe the Trump organization, the Trump administration can make this go away, right? Because money buys power. But these papers, this was filed in the past administration. So these demands require the companies to submit information with 30 days about the specifics of the agreement with New York City officials on driver pay. Uber spokesman Josh Gould, this guy's a piece of trash. I mean, I've called this guy out 100 times. He's just a thug doing the dirty work for Uber in New York. Confirmed that the company received the demand from the FTC on January the 21st. The request was signed by former FTC Chairman Lina Khan. She doesn't take any shit, that lady, before she stepped down at the end of the Biden administration. Gold stated in an email that Uber believes its actions complied with New York City regulations and that the company would cooperate with FTC staff. Similarly, Lyft spokesman Macklin acknowledged receipt of the FTC's request, emphasizing that the company takes antitrust laws seriously and intends to work with the agency on the matter. Details of the agreement and potential concerns. According to Bloomberg, the agreement between Uber, Lyft, and New York City officials aimed to address rideshare lockouts that had led to lower driver earnings. However, Uber's spokesman denied any direct deal with Lyft, asserting that the company did not conspire to restrict driver pay. There might be an out-of-court settlement. They don't want this to go live. Despite this, a press release from the New York City's major office at the time described the situation as an agreement with both rideshare companies. The FTC's concern, per Bloomberg, is whether the agreement allowed Uber and Lyft, normally direct competitors, to coordinate on driver hiring and wages, potentially violating antitrust laws. While New York City officials are not under investigation, and they should be, the FTC is examining the extent of their involvement in shaping the deal and the legal framework under which it was established. The agency's staff memo noted that the city's role could provide the companies with some legal defense, but further investigation is required. Next steps in the investigation. The future of the probe now rests with FTC Chair Andrew Ferguson, the new guy, who was appointed by former President Donald Trump. And and Darryl Khosrowshahi might say, hey, listen, Trump, I gave you $1 million. Have Andrew Ferguson make this lawsuit go away. We don't want to pay another $300 million. Ferguson has the authority to continue the investigation, slow its progress, or halt it entirely. Let me say this again. Ferguson has the authority to continue the investigation, slow its progress, or halt it entirely. The title of my, I'm just going to change the title now of my video. Andrew Ferguson, do your job, right? As part of the inquiry, the FTC is seeking communications between Uber and Lyft, as well as interactions with the New York City officials, including the mayor's office and the Taxi and Limousine Commission. The agency is also requesting a copy of the agreement itself, according to documents reviewed by Bloomberg. So it all really depends on that new guy, the new FTC guy, Andrew Ferguson. Does he want to play ball and look into this? And then I think heads will roll. Or does he quietly cover it up with sand? What do you think? How is this going to play out? Your comments.